we are monks, and we are going to be doing a react as we catch up through a lot of these subscriptions from the Manoverse, as they call it.
Yep.
So we're going to start off with Taylor the Fiend from 14 hours ago. 28 minutes of single mothers begging for a good man to save them. I don't know if we'll make it for the whole 28 minutes or not.
Nothing. I wasn't DMing anybody. I wasn't flirting with anybody. My whole entire pregnancy, literally up until I met the guy I'm seeing now. I used to not take dating serious or would be very nonchalant in dating because I had this limiting belief that I was just unworthy of a worthwhile relationship.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way, yeah.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So on today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at single mothers who are trying to date. Now, of course, the problem with dating as a single mother is that oftentimes men don't want to date you at all. Well, fear not, guys, because we have here a woman who's going to instruct us on how to date a single mother. Now, my advice, my suggestion to men would be, don't. But this woman has a different perspective, and we're going to be kicking it off with her. But guys, before we jump into today's episode of Single Mothers, don't forget to go and subscribe to Lock the Bounty Hunter for sending us today's clips to cringe at. I'm going to leave his channel linked in the pinned comment. And without further ado, let's just jump right in and take a listen to what some of these women have to say.
This one goes out to the men. If you're going to date a single woman and she has kids, you better be bringing your A game. Because she doesn't need no other kid to raise. She needs somebody who's there that's going to help her through it. Someone she can depend on. So she's not, because if she's doing it all by herself already, she don't need you.
Great, so we're already, 25, 26 seconds into this video. And already it's sounding like an absolutely fantastic deal for the man. So the man, upon entering into a relationship with you, the single mother, his reward is that he has to step up, he has to take care of you and kids that are not his own. Now, I don't know any self-respecting man that would want to do this, that would have any desire at all to enter into such a relationship.
I do.
But notice how all of these relationships, guys, they think that they're not even coming from a deficit. You have these single mothers who think that somehow it's a gift for a man to enter into a relationship with them. And there are so many problems with it, not least of which is the fact that you will be priority number 57 that is treated like dirt. It's amazing how these people, they view it as some sort of privilege for the man to be able to help them.
She needs somebody who's there that's going to help her through it. Someone she can depend on. So she's not, because if she's doing it all by herself already, she don't need you.
Okay, so if she doesn't need the man, then what's the problem? It's really interesting how it's always strong and independent, and I don't need no man, okay? But if a man enters into her life, oh, well, he better bring the A game, right? It sounds a little bit contradictory here, right? So I'm sorry, I thought you didn't need a man, but if a man dates you, he has to bring his A game? Really, really kind of strange how this works, and all of these strong and independence kind of flies out the window when we need something from a man. And which, by the way, if you're a single mother, make it work with the original father. Okay, yeah, I don't care. Oh, he's such a bad person. He's terrible. He's got all these red flags. Great. You chose him. So what's the issue? Go back, sort it out with him. And the problem is, a lot of these women, they're encouraged to make these terrible decisions because they get money out of men, or they get money out of the government that allows them to make such stupid decisions with their lives. There was once upon a time, guys, where single mothers were actually shamed, right? I know in still, in certain parts of the world, it's very much shamed, but here in Western society, this is something that is actively encouraged. And, these are kids which, I don't even say this as a joke, these are kids which grow up without a father. Which, of course, is very sad. Like, I'm not even saying that to be funny at all. It's a very sad situation.
Even the ones that are present.
She's choosing to be with you. If she chooses you, then you better man up and you better be the person she needs you to be. Otherwise, she has no problems leaving you and doing it all on her own. Just a fact.
She just reminds me of the bitches. That
Yeah, man up, right? That's the message of the decade, isn't it? Really, man up. Men need to do this. Men need to do that. For what?
Yeah.
For what? If you're okay being single, hey, enjoy being single. Knock yourself out, right? But just absolutely disgusting, right? We're expecting men to come into our lives and to step up. This just like it's such childish behavior. Where it's like, oh well, if someone enters into my life, they have to do all this and solve all my problems for me and blah blah. It's like, what person wants to join, like, to get into a relationship with another person, and their reward for doing it is just a whole host of troubles and baggage?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Been you and doing it all on her own.
I guess if you're a murderer and you want to
Just a
save
fact. Because too many of you men want somebody to take care of you and rescue you from your problems rather than you manning up and dealing with your stuff yourself. And more of us women have decided that we're not taking that excess. And if we have to do it, we'll just do it ourselves.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
This is a demonstration about torque. So if I pull up on it, that torque will make it rotate counterclockwise. The weird part about this demo is when I pull straight.
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually...
I can't do it this way.
Neither do the men. The men don't want your baggage, and your baggage are quite literally real. You literally have kids that do not belong to the man that's coming into the relationship. Like, in other words, for a man to enter into a relationship with you, he has to take care of kids that are biologically not even his. Or like maybe, one kid, whatever. So a kid plus, right? A man has to come in and to take care of biological offspring that are not even his own. And on top of that, it's something that's expected, right? It's not like, well, technically speaking here, madam, you're actually the one who would be rescued. If a man comes along and he helps you, you're the one being rescued. Yes. But she's positioning it as though it's some sort of like privilege because she's dedicating her time to you, and she's not even dedicating time to you. She's just...
It's one thing if you're like, if these guys are actively looking to get into a relationship with these older women or something, that's one thing. Then you're signing up for what you're getting into. But it's like when they're going on to these apps and these dating programs and everything, and they're putting themselves out there and then saying, oh, well, these are the expectations I have and you better bring your A game. That just doesn't equate,
No.
It's viewing it as a privilege. And that's just insane.
So it's one of those things that if you can't do what you need to be doing, we'll better ourselves one way or another with or without you.
I'm pretty sure she's on Oxys.
So the decision's really yours of whether you can man up and be the type of person that you should have been already, and instead of wanting everything handed to you on a silver platter. Life ain't like that.
I'm not going to even say anything. Let's keep going.
For anybody. You get what you sow what you reap. Or you reap what you sow.
No, you reap what
Sorry. Pardon my fibro twisting words today in my mind. But
yeah.
That's a common thing among
it's definitely where you all need to decide what you really want. And a lot of you men have not figured out what you really want in life. And you need to have goals and stuff like that before you ever come after a single mother with kids. I'm just saying, because...
Yeah, so what she means by this, by the way, when she says you need to have goals, it's not necessarily like the whole career thing, you need to have money. What she's referring to here is, if you start talking to her, you need to be ready to commit. And see, that's always the problem, isn't it? Right? Because it's all very well and good to treat men like crap. It's all very well and good to chase the bad boys for a decade or two, or maybe even 3. Okay, but what's not good, and what lies at the end of the road for a lot of these women, is the time when you start needing help. Right? You need finances, you need stability, you need a place to live. You need to not be embarrassed every time you go to a social function, so you can't say that you're single anymore because it's cringe, right? You actually start needing, what's that, commitment
really secure
from a man.
If you're really going to walk that
Okay,
path,
so this is how you end up with videos like this of, oh, I'm sick of men not knowing what they want, right? Men need to be more this and that. Men know what they want. Men don't want to date you.
I think it was this fellow I was watching earlier today. Or maybe it was the next one down the line, the wolf one. In any case, he was talking about how, like, a woman will have all these standards and say who she is, that she is this way, and then as soon as she starts dating a guy, she'll change everything about herself to be with that guy.
Well, guys do it too.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. I don't think to the extreme that women do. I mean, think about my mother, who would say that she would never, she hated hunters, and
yet she dated one.
Yeah, and then she was dressing like that, and had the same, all of a sudden the same, it's like a chameleon thing, you know, it's like the same political beliefs and everything. And so I started thinking about, like, how she was with Roger, and it was the same sort of thing. She was into bikes, she was into archery, she was into all this shit. But then, when it was just her and I, she was not into, like, really any of those things.
No, she talked way different.
Yeah, it was like, that was like her true self. She just wanted to be out in nature and do her own thing and just be, you know, a flower child and a hippie, and that's what she wanted to do.
But that wasn't the same,
She changed herself for every guy that came around, and there wasn't a lot of them, but they were long term, and obviously they didn't work out.
No, of course not. No, because she didn't know what she really wanted.
Yeah. That's like, I feel that, like, watching her, I've done the exact opposite, and it's like, I've known who I was, and I've grown, and I've softened, but I won't change the core of who I am.
No,
I can't, you know?
No, you've become a way better person for it all.
You know, I want him to do the exact opposite. So what was not working for her, you know, I would do the opposite.
Yeah.
Chameleons, man.
It's really quite simple, and the problem is that the men who do want to date her, she doesn't want. You see, that's always at the crux of these videos, right? Is even women like this who are so demanding, and I don't mean to just straight up insult this woman, but she's not very attractive, right? Girls like this will still do, you know, they're not attracted to. Or, in this woman's case, you know, the only dude's probably not attractive to her also now. But they're just dudes who are not interested in committing at all. And they don't have a reason to. And it's funny because women get to this age and they've never had to keep around a man with anything other than how they looked. But the problem is when you're 40, you can't keep men around like that anymore. And if you've got no personality and you're a bad person, it's going to be very hard to keep around a man. A lot of these women, they rely on nothing but their looks. And then when the looks fade, they're in a hell of a lot of trouble.
Because if you don't have goals that you really want in life, and you need to have goals and stuff like that before you ever come after a single mother with kids. I'm just saying, because if you don't have goals, you obviously don't stand a chance in the get-go anyway. It's like that. So I just seen it.
Damn, guys, don't you feel as though you're missing out? You know, and it's amazing how women like this, again, they're just like salespeople, man. They're just trying to sell you something that's terrible, that's going to break down in 2 seconds, and yet they've sat there and they've convinced themselves that it's actually a good deal for you to buy. You know what I'm saying? This is like a dude coming on here who's like, I don't know, who's in and out of prison, right? Who's an addict, who has no friends, right? And who smells bad. And he's like, bro, why aren't the supermodels dating me? You know, why can't the women just step up and do what why can't I get a damn sandwich? And it's like, bro, you're in and out of prison. You know, you do substances on the side. You've got no friends and you weigh 50 kilograms. It's like, you know what I'm saying? All the girls would look at that guy and be like, what the hell are you, you know, I'm not making you no damn sandwich. You have girls that are like this, literally single mothers, 40, 50 plus years of age,
Live.
trying to demand that men step up for them. Oh, hell no.
I know.
Let's continue into the next clip. And guys, again, don't forget to go and subscribe to Lock the Bounty Hunter. I'm going to leave his channel linked in the pinned comment, guys, for, again, putting together these clips for us to cringe at. So without further ado, let's continue. And again, I don't know what these women say. I haven't seen these clips yet ahead of time.
Yeah.
Let's jump into the second one here. We've also got this one lined up as it'll load in a second. Man, it's always the videos in their car, isn't it? It really is. But let's jump into the second one here if I can actually time it right.
His wife felt like she was a single, and his friend was like, yeah, I can see that. And his two friends were like, how can you say that when I'm working? And he said, well, my mom had a boyfriend for 17 years, and that dude never did anything for me. He didn't go to my games or nothing. And so the guy said, if you had to choose between someone coming to your games or eating, which would you choose? And here's the thing. That's not enough when you're parenting.
I know.
And he didn't even feed that. You didn't feed him. You made money. You made money. She fed the kids. Because you have to do way more than just one thing. You can't just go to a job, which you would be doing anyways if you were single, and then act like you are absolved of all responsibility for your entire family. That is not how parenting works. And women can make their own money. So yeah, she's a single mom. Do better.
Yeah.
Recently, and for no reason at all, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise.
Okay, so I didn't listen to the first part of this. I'll be honest, I was checking my phone.
There's not a single good
You know,
frame.
and then
There's
she
not a
kind of
single
devolves
frame.
into
No.
yelling
She
at
looks
whoever's watching
reasonable.
here. Again, these are videos posted on
Really
TikTok, by the way, so she's
No.
literally just
He said,
recording in her
I
room,
wasn't really
yelling at
listening to
people,
her. He's like, I was
yelling at her
checking my
audience. This is
phone.
fantastic. But if you can make money on your own as a single mother, hey, knock yourself out. Join the workforce. See you later. Do it all by yourself. See how it goes. Right? And a lot of these women actually, it's kind of, I say that, but they get money from the government, so a lot of them don't actually have to work. But, try and do it all yourself. See how it works out. You don't want no man. You're strong and independent. You don't need no guy working. You expect him to work as well as prepare the food. You want to do it all by yourself? Hey, knock yourself out. You have fought for such liberation. You are more than welcome to it, madam. But holy hell, look how angry she gets here, man.
See?
What is
I
this?
know.
Listen.
Of all responsibility for your entire family. That is not how parenting works. And women can make their own money. So yeah, she's a single mom. Do
It
better.
looks like a guy in drag.
Sometimes when I see these clips,
Kinda,
guys,
yeah.
right? A lot of you guys have left comments like, "Oh, Taylor, you're so nice to these women, man. Like, why are you so nice to these girls?" And trust me, guys, when women say
Just
crap
wanna
like
say
this,
good
No.
there are some
Just looks
things
like
that I
just
would like to say, but
like
honestly, I just
always
get instantly
some kind
banned
of
off of
weird-
YouTube.
I'm dragging with the hemorrhoid.
Yeah.
Like people like this, they just absolutely not it, man. Better to avoid entirely, completely avoid. Let's jump into this next one here. Dating as a single mother, and of course we got the car.
To see there, so I'm gonna run out of time. So let's check out.
We just had a big jet dragon on.
Did you?
Yeah. Camera 4.
It's 12 hours ago. A day ago. This one hasn't been watched, I don't think. Okay, so you want to do the one from a day ago?
Most recent.
Not capable of casual hookups anymore, you guys. Clearly, I hadn't hooked up with anyone for
I know.
4 months, which is like the longest it's been probably since I've been really active. Yeah, and I gave in and I let my guard down, and holy sex is really sacred. I'm a little bit mad at myself that I shared it so willy-nilly. Holy did not realize how much I have been craving a really deep love. I'm a sensitive girl, you guys. Holy shit. But now I know. Hookups are not for me. I used to be able, like a year ago, if you asked me all the names of people I hooked up with, I couldn't tell you. But yeah, wow. The sacred.
just love my.
The clock is ticking. Omni Heroes is about to go online. What type of
Gentlemen, another video, and this one's on hookup culture again. But before I get into it, I have to comment on the first video because, wow, it seems like she's been through her fun times and is looking to settle down. My God, if I had a freaking penny for every time that would be the case, I'd be swimming in a mountain of pennies. Doesn't really, like, the fact that she's crying over this, that she wants that deep love, but doesn't have the awareness to realize she could have had that before, you know? Let's assume this woman's 18. I'm just making assumptions. I don't freaking know.
Screwing every single thing that away.
Assume she's 28. She could have been in a relationship since she was 18, but, you know, she's had her fun, and now she's looking for that deep, deep love. And, no, guys just aren't buying it. I'm not buying it. I don't think any of you are buying it. I'm getting ready for all the comments in the comment section on that. Either way, let's get into the rest of the compilation. What's this one?
Video about saying I've never had my first kiss or a boyfriend or any talking stage or anything. Stupid that we're supposed to be embarrassed about that. We are untouchable, okay? I'm always the friend at the clubs and the bar.
Yeah, no, I'm really not surprised. Nobody wants to touch her with an attitude like that. Yikes.
Like, guys don't really come up to me. I get the least amount of attention, but I'm the most confident and I'm the happiest. And I have the highest self-worth and highest self-esteem. Guys want one thing and they want it the easiest way they can possibly get it. So it doesn't mean anything.
Oh shit, Sherlock.
If you can get the most. Girls, do not be easy. But at the same time, I'm never gonna sit around and judge another girl or another woman. Like, if you wanna have hookups and do what you want, like, who cares? You go, girl. It's gonna take an amazing ass man to get me, okay? My husband will be perfect, I promise you. Most important thing I want you to take from this, if you're like me and you've never had your first kiss, your first boyfriend, or talking stage, or all of that, it's not because you're ugly, not because you're unlovable, not because all your friends are better than you or prettier than you, not about your body, it's not about your look. You are literally perfect, and I need you to know that. And your self-worth is not defined by a man. Like, please. I love you guys. You're beautiful. You're perfect. Please know that. Please know.
Man, this is the Kool-Aid that they all keep on drinking, and I feel like this woman's gonna end up dying in her 70s with a cat and nothing to freaking go on about. No kids, nothing like that. Yikes, man. I just wish they'd have some hubris. It's this, girl power Kool-Aid that just keeps on being drank. And look, it's easy for me to preach. I am nowhere near perfect, but neither is this one. Then again, I don't know how old this woman is, but I've at least had the things that she hasn't. And I'm a pretty average looking person, so.
No, they don't.
Yeah, slay queen. Let's move on. Oh.
Follow for more.
No.
I would never keep my girls waiting. Here we go with the standards list.
Oh, fuck. Number 2.
Disclaimer, I'm very old-fashioned. I encourage all of you to make your own, and this is just mine. Why do I feel like we're at a sleepover? Okay, I'm only gonna read some of my, like, must-haves in no specific order. Ask from the gas for me, not kiss me on the first date, surprise me with random things, willing to communicate if we're arguing, good communicator, be close with my family and his, respect.
Okay. Guys that are dating, in the comments section, I'm curious, when's the last time you've bought your girl flowers outside of Valentine's Day? Well, I want you to leave that in the comment section below. Honestly, guys don't do that anymore. I just, even on Valentine's Day, it's kind of, but
You're married now. How long? 15 years?
I would love to hear it. Leave it in the comment section. Thanks.
Yeah.
To adults, servers, fast food workers, athletic or goes to the gym, respects me and doesn't pressure me into doing things and doesn't get upset if I don't want to do them at all. We hold each other accountable for our goals and he has to push me to do better. Touchy, but in a respectful way and not overboard in front of my family or in public. Doesn't text and FaceTime me all throughout the day. I think that's so important. Still our own people, like hello. Comforts me when I'm upset, calls me nicknames that I love, doesn't act different around his friends. Opens every single door for me. This one's controversial, pay for most things. Like, if you can't afford me, you can't be with me, I'm sorry. Supports me with all my business stuff and everything like that. Will listen to me rant and talk about things that I love because he loves me. Doesn't.
You have this laundry list, but what are you bringing to the table?
Exactly.
Do you want us to
Some
believe
things
you're a
should say that
virgin,
they
a kissless
are
virgin?
Yeah, they probably are.
I don't know if I
They're
buy
floating
it.
around.
I really don't know if I buy it, but I mean, this kind of attitude's what's gonna leave her single for a while. Let's face it.
They want everybody to eat
would
off
not.
of them, so...
Smoke or vape or do any drugs. Texts me first, shows me off, posts me, makes good eye contact, and obsessed with his phone and constantly on social media. Good hygiene, doesn't get angry or yell at me literally ever. Super goal oriented, notices the
You're
little
not gonna find
things,
that.
constant compliments, is protective of me but not over the top, is a deep thinker and likes deep combos, makes time for me. That's not even like a quarter of them, but never lower your standards. So this list has helped me so much because I can always refer back to it. It's important to manifest your dream man. Follow for more.
So if she gets a pretty good, if she gets a pretty good dude, she's gonna refer back to this list and be like, oh well, he checks off most of that, but not these things. And
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, no.
That's what I mean. She's never gonna find it.
No.
Ever.
No.
Ironic how in the last one you were telling us all about how you're a kissless virgin. Gosh. Want us to believe that. What do we have here?
Selections from my sex inventory. If you've never been a part of a 12-step program, give it a Google. Inventory is exactly what it sounds like. It's your dance card. I call it my kill count. I've organized my sex inventory in a spreadsheet, including names, when I can remember them, the nature of our relationship, the notes I took when
No way.
we were together, and whether or not they made me orgasm.
Wow.
Please enjoy. Name, dill, nature, hookup, note, met in a country club, hooked up in a gay club, it was a good night for clubs overall. Orgasm. No. Name, ret, nature, friends with benefits / enemy. Note, spiteful.
What the hell is wrong with these?
Never.
A lot.
We hooked up for 8 years. Name, Kirkland signature Kevin James.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about something spicy. I think we're far enough in the video. The fact that you were hooking up with somebody for that long of a time and you didn't owe, listen, not every guy knows how to do that for every single woman because every single woman's different. But if you are complaining about that, you also have to say, hey, I didn't get exactly where I was hoping to get last night. Here's a trick I do on myself. But no, of course not. You're too much of a stubborn bitch. Like, what are you trying to accomplish with this? Lying to us? Of course.
You know, all these people... that say
Nature,
this stuff, they come
hookup,
with
note,
flaws that they have.
took me to Death and Co., spoke to me in Russian, then we fucked in the shower.
Oh my god.
Can't remember. Name, Andy, nature, hookup, note, met roommate's parents topless, refused a shirt, was driving a utility.
This is actually disgusting. Yeah, and the rest of the video is her going on about her list. Look at this. This is what she looks like with no makeup on. I would be scared if this is what I ended up waking up in bed with, but I'm not that stupid. And neither are you. And I'm 100% sure you guys have gotten the message from watching all these videos that moving away from culture, and I don't blame you. To wrap things up, I super appreciate you. Like the video if you liked it. I had to cut things off early there because I'm not enjoying myself with that clip. I think it's disgusting having fuck lists.
Yeah, you don't
Yikes,
blame
man. Subscribe if you've enjoyed my videos thus far and you haven't. And in any case, I'll see you on the next one. Sorry to curse so much, but that was just one shocking clip, I'll be honest with you. Anyways, cheers.
What else do we have?
I have this one from 8 hours ago. I've got that from a day ago. 2 days ago.
2 days ago? I don't think we've seen that.
I haven't seen them one from a day ago either.
Something I want you to know is that person you tried to love, who closed off and shut down when you got too close, they cared about you. They just didn't have the capacity to show it. And as much as it seemed like they were numb or disinterested from the outside, I can almost promise you their internal experience was very different.
That is huge! That is absolutely huge!
Okay, so it's Saturday morning.
What the hell? Oh my God! Holy Jesus! What is that? What the fuck is that?
It's not morning. It's Saturday, but bitch. Last night was fucking ridiculous. Hold on. Let me compose myself and we'll talk about it. And my ex, not my ex, my ex decided to call me, and now he tripping. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, oh, I'm gonna blow up. He can't. We got a contested one. But still, bitch, I was fucking tripping. He was blowing my shit up. So I'm hiding my phone from my ex, because my ex calling me, or my secret neighbor calling me, because he see my ex come to the front door. Meanwhile, Bobby over here thinking I'm an angel, just sleeping. I, bitch, what the fuck is my life? Anyways, my ex just left. Happy Saturday! That was my innocent Friday. Fuck you.
Stop it. Get some help.
Gentlemen, welcome back to an episode of Women Regretting Hookup Culture, an episode filled with fatherless behavior. So now let's get started with this one, and let's see what we have for today.
Right back.
Good mashup. I don't know though. It just gets me more disheartened every single time we see something like this. It's like in order to fix this, you have to go deep, you have to go tribal. Just throw them out in the desert. That's how I learned. No, I have no idea. I have no freaking idea where people got off like just thinking that they could do this themselves on a dating app. It's like if you used to go to a matchmaker, you know, and the matchmaker would go and they would do some very deep research about everybody who they were matchmaking for, all the way down through their parents and ancestry and physical health and everything else. You're not getting that on a dating app. No. I have no idea. Yeah. Like, that's never gonna catch up. It's like, suppose you do actually happen to snag somebody and get through the first initial little bits of dating and all that and courtship. I don't even think they call it courtship anymore, but dating, I guess. Then you marry that person. Somehow you get to that point where you actually marry that person, and then you live with them. And it's going to come to light. You know, any lies that you ever said in the dating stage are going to come to light. Like, that's not going to come back to bite you in the ass.
Exactly. And you know, it's funny because what it seems to be anymore is back in the olden days when you were just done up for. Let's see, what are you trying to think? I'm trying to think of here. You know, they used to do you were given to somebody by your family.
Arranged.
They picked arranged. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much like what the people are wanting now.
Yeah, they say they don't, but they
but
do.
It's exactly what it is.
It's just, you know, like I was talking about matchmakers and stuff. You used to go to a damn professional.
Yeah.
If you can trust your family, you know, it's like, what?
Yes.
don't know. I really think they get off having that kind of authority. But, I mean, nobody even goes to like their spiritual leaders or anything.
No.
To discuss what is to be expected. Nobody
I know.
talks about those sorts of things.
Something I want you to know is that person you tried to love, who closed off and shut down when you got too close, they cared about you. They just didn't have the capacity to show it. And as much as it seemed like they were numb or disinterested from the outside, I can almost promise you their internal experience was very different.
You know, guys, it's interesting to watch Taylor's content as well as my content because we cover different women, but they share similar experiences. And Taylor just did a video about yesterday, at time of recording, but there was this woman that said, you know, that guy that didn't like me, he had, what was it, a chemical disbalance in his mind, and he didn't have the hormones, you know, that are the reason why he is not committing, because he is not mature enough, he needs more hormones, he needs to take medicine, etc. Like, the cope, gentlemen, the cope that these women are going through just to rationalize why nobody wants them, it's so funny, guys. Like, this one right here, no, it's not that they didn't love me, it's not that they just wanted to get in between my legs. No, deep inside, they really loved me, they couldn't live without me, they cared about me. I wasn't just plan B or plan C. No, they really loved me, it's just they didn't know how to show it. Imagine if men were walking around with that attitude. Oh yeah, this girl I invited on a date and she stood me up. No, she actually really loves me. Like, she's into me, man. I'm telling you, she's thinking about me all the time. It's just she's shy, you know.
They could see you, they had curiosity, and they cared about you. They probably also had a story of why they were going to hold you back, or why you were too good for them, or why they are meant to be alone. And unfortunately, this is probably the result of childhood experiences they had that taught them that it's not safe to be vulnerable around other people, and that they
No.
No. No, guys. Don't buy it. Like, first off, nobody's thinking that you're too good for them. This is one of the biggest copes women tell on themselves. In some cases, both men and women do not know how to date because of childhood experiences, but that is never, guys, a reason to get rid of accountability. In most of the cases, as I've mentioned previously on the channel, men who do this behavior of dating multiple women, first off, they are really attractive and have a lot of things going on for them. All right, this is not something that your average man can do and pull off. Second off, they just behave like women do. They just like to receive the bedroom fun. That's it. Don't think about childhood experiences. Don't try to rationalize it. They just have a lot of power in dating, and they just want to make use of it. It's all it is, and it's the same with women. It's just for men, you have to have something in order to be able to achieve that. For women, on the other hand, you just have to have a kid in between your legs and shower every 2 days. It's all it takes. That's it. You just have power and you use it. You just want to have fun. You're just, playing for the superficial stuff. And as mentioned, men who are at the top and date multiple women, they behave exactly like women do. They do not think of commitment. They do not think of the future. They don't care about you. They just, in the most self-centered way, want to have fun.
They had to protect themselves emotionally from getting hurt. And as much as I know you want to be that safety for them, that open, caring, loving presence, if they're not ready, they probably won't be able to soften to you.
And again, just more lies. I know that you want to be that person who is there and to love them, to care about them. No. You just want to be equally as self-absorbed. You could love other people, you could go for other people and be the perfect girlfriend that you proclaim you want to be. But no, you just want to be with Chad, and you will do anything to secure him, even if that is at your expense. That's it. You're not this really good and benevolent, selfless person who wants to be devoted. Absolutely not buying it.
But in case you needed to hear this, they do care.
No.
All right, guys, so now let's jump into this woman, guys. I don't want you to leave this video, but let me tell you, this woman goes on for the rest of the video. So these are the bad news. You have to be with her for the rest of the video. I hope you don't leave as I say that. But the good news is she's quite funny and fatherless and funny and stupid. Let's watch.
Okay, so it's Saturday morning. It's not morning. It's Saturday, but bitch, last night was fucking ridiculous. Hold on. Let me compose myself and we'll talk about it. Cause what the fuck?
Let me tell you, this woman never composes herself. The sentence, let me compose myself, is rid of all meaning. This woman doesn't know what it means to be composed.
Yesterday, I didn't want it to do nothing. Nada. Estaba cansada. Estaba bien cansada. Like 9, 10 o'clock. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna go lie in my bed because I can. Porque yo puedo. So, I go to lay in bed. My ex called me. I'm like, alright, whatever. Good night. You're being weird. Fuck you. My ex called me. So he called me and I'm like, hello. Hello, little Oni. You only told me cuando estaba borracho. So yeah, he drunk, calling me like, oh, you're gonna be up in a little bit. I'm out in the city. Yeah. So I was like, I don't know, call me Papi from the last video. He was texting me. So like it was a busy night for me. Like the phones was jumping, baby. The phones was jumping. But anyways, like I said, I estaba cansada. So like by like 11, 12 o'clock, bitch, I'm asleep. I was supposed to be up earlier to have plans. It's the anniversary, 2 years of one of my ex passing away. You know, I had things to do. But bitch, now it's 1 o'clock. I'm not even ready. I just broke a fucking clip in my hair. Stop it.
I know.
Fucking stop it. Fuck, I don't know what else to do. Now I'm getting ready to go to one of my favorite places. Anyways, last night, I'm all peaceful in my little bed.
Guys, before she continues with her bullcrap story, now you may think her hair is long. Let me tell you, her dating history is even longer, and the list of her failed relationships is even longer. Her body count is triple of her hair, you know? Her nails are also long, let me tell you, her body count is even larger. So guys, we have the tattoo, you know, just all the red flags in all the right places. This woman, guys, if you consider anything else than a one-night stand with this woman, let me tell you, you're an idiot. And you deserve everything bad that happens to you in that relationship. But this woman, guys, of course, also another red flag. She's talking to her ex, and also her ex.
These bitches have.
What the hell is going on, guys?
Just by knowing.
I'm ready to go to sleep. My phone started blowing up, and I thought it's my ex. Was arguing with me. Fucking on the bullshit drunk and arguing with me. But Bobby, because he went to bed and he missed me. He missed me. And Bobby from the day the other day, in case he was lost. He fucking missed me. I'm also fucking injured, bitch. I'm fucking out for the season. I'm benched. Fucking benched. Bitch, me duele bien cabrón.
Guys, I don't know if you saw that. Let me play it again. But this woman, guys, is a wizard.
Fucking out for the season. I'm benched.
Right, look.
Fucking benched.
She has, you know, eyelashes. The next second. No eyelashes. Wow, you're a wizard, Harry.
Bitch, me duele bien cabrón. We're so probably been one night to come like, I missed you. And now you're probably asleep. And like I said, I was planning on innocently going the fuck to sleep. That's it. That was my plan. Innocently laying in bed on Friday night at like 11. This time I fall asleep. And my phone started going off again. I'm like, alright. And they got finally saw my messages. His drunk ass my ex. I'm ignoring it. And my phone just going off. So I look, and bitch, it's my ex. I'm still, and I'm like, it's my ex. But I'm like, he definitely drunk, leaving the bar, trying to pull up on me. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna be asleep for the night. Fuck it, I'm gonna behave myself, and I'm gonna be asleep for the night. I'm ignoring the calls, it's still coming in. And then I look, tell me why, my fucking sneaky link, my neighbor, it's my neighbor calling me at the same fucking time as ex. I'm like, okay, kind of weird, but like, again, I'm gonna keep pretending I'm asleep and let these calls keep coming. And bitch, they're loud. Do they leave me alone, bitch?
Worth it, no.
My ex is calling me at the same time my sneaky link neighbor is calling me, and I'm like, fuck. I'm still ignoring the calls, everything. Since I started to hear talking, I haven't checked my phone, nothing, because my nose is knocking, bitch, and maps now. So I started, check out, bitch. Check out. No, me fucking diga, bitch, no.
I'm gonna take
Guys, I seriously don't know what this woman is talking about. I have to be honest. It seems like she's, you know what, a tribal woman from like these civilizations, you know, Mayans and Aztecs for like 400 years ago doing a ritual right here. But
She is not
she
tribal.
oftentimes speaks in Spanish, thinking that I will not understand her. But it just so happens that I'm a mummy who has traveled all around the world, and I know Spanish, so there is no, you know, escaping from my criticism. Now, guys, the problem is her sentences, even though I understand the words, they mean nothing. Am I the only one? I don't understand what she's talking about. The only thing I understand is she has an ex who she keeps talking to, huge red flag. She has an ex who she also is still talking to, like they're calling her, and she's probably sleeping with them, let's be honest. And then she has a sneaky link who is her neighbor. Like this woman, guys, the whole city has been with her. Of course, she's also sleeping with her exes. And I don't understand why you call your neighbor your sneaky link. Who are you sneaking him from? From your ex? From your ex-ex? I don't understand. But guys, I'm gonna ask a question that I know that many men are thinking and asking themselves. How do you wipe your behind with...
Can't even stand that.
That's crazy. Alright, so that's it for tonight.
Alright, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste, blessed be.
And we'll talk to you tomorrow, right?
Yep.
I can figure out how to do this again. Not that. This.